Okay, folks, I was going to save doing some sausage making till the weekend, but I found some meat in my fridge that I've defrosted this morning, and some pork, and there's 3 different kinds of pork, so it's all pork, you know. I'm going to put some spices in and some herbs. Yeah, but not as much as you would, Sheep Unit and Sergeant Fury Toast. I'm not so sure about my friend Tracy. I'm not sure. She likes putting stuff in, but she never seems to put over the top in to me. So I think we might be right with Tracy. Now this says 2 teaspoons of everything and 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. Half a teaspoon of thyme. I'm going to put 1/4 teaspoon of thyme and 1 teaspoonful of everything else to 2 kilos of pork. So now they said 1 teaspoon of pepper, black pepper, so that's staying the same because I like pepper. It said put some red chili flakes in, but I'm not doing that. Not this time anyway. I might next time, but this time I want to taste the pork and see how good it is. I will be using, though, this is optional, garlic powder. My son likes garlic, so I'm putting that in. I don't mind it, as long as it's not too much. Right, so there we go. Now I've got some sage. Now I'm going to put a teaspoon of sage in there. But it said 2 teaspoonfuls. But sage and thyme are very powerful. Too strong for me in big quantities. I know a lot of you out there will say, oh, you should have put it in. But I'll leave that for you guys. Now, I'm only doing 1/4 teaspoon of thyme because I can smell it from here. Now there's other things you can put in with this, fenugreek and all sorts of other stuff. But I'm choosing to, oh look, I've got my gloves on. I've got to put another one on when I've done them, when I get around to grinding. But what I've done, I've got I've cut the meat into strips. So I don't know whether you can see that. That's it all mixed up now. That'll be enough for me. I've cut the meat into strips and it's in the freezer. You've got to semi-freeze it for at least 3/4 of an hour. Half an hour to 3/4. It was, I did thaw it out, so I'll probably have a look in about half an hour to see how we're going. I'm going to take this off now because the time's not up yet and I'm not ready to do it, so I'll take these gloves on. And these are better gloves than I had last time. Last time I got my gloves that my son uses and they're about 10 sizes too big for me. I've only got little hands. But I'll tell you what, I can still punch. Don't let that fool you. A punch doesn't come from there, it comes from here. So I can still defend myself, and I do, and I will. I'm a bit stupid that way. Anyway, let's get cracking. I can't do that yet, I'll bring you back in a bit. Okay folks, time has come. Okay Google, turn light on. And there was light. This pork, this is pork belly. This is ready to go in the grinder. Right. Here she comes. Gonna have to use the plunger. I've left it in a bit too long. But I'm using the 10mm grinding plate, and then I'll go to the 4.5mm grinding plate. But you don't want this too hot. It melts the fat on the meat, and then it starts rendering out, and you don't want a sticky, soggy mess. Hope I've not got my arm in the way again. Right, righty-ho. That's that one. Now we'll go with the meat with less fat on it. I'm trying to get I haven't been able to measure it because I couldn't take the fat off, but I'm trying to get an 80-20, something like that, give and take a bit. A bit less, don't matter. If it's a bit more, it doesn't matter. Some go as 70-30. That's a bit too fatty for me. Sometimes you don't even need to plunge it, it pulls it through itself. If it's not too frozen. Now, in here there'll be some meat that hasn't been ground yet, so what we do now, we'll put some of that in and we'll send it through again, just that bit, and it'll push the meat through that hasn't been ground. Now it's all been ground. So right, we'll turn her off. I've got to put this now back in the freezer for a few minutes. But we'll empty this first and we'll change the plate. That's what they call a coarse grind. So all that's been ground. There's a little bit of gristle there that I'm going to chuck out. In fact, it looks like silver skin. You don't want silver skin in there. That's okay, that's just fat. Now, my big mistake, I didn't turn it off at the mains while I'm messing around with the blade. But it's a bit late now, so I shall do that later when I do it again. There we go. All that'll come out next time. Right. Okay folks, that's all. Sorry, I should have stayed there. I'm going to put the spices and herbs in now. And I've got to mix it. And there's only one way to do that, and that's like this. Bit of skin there, and I get rid of that. Don't want that in me. Now, it smells alright already. Bloody freezing cold. Some say you put a binder with it. The English sausage is considered one of the best sausages in the world that you can have. It's really known. The British banger. Now it got its name banger because during the war all this sort of stuff was hard to come by, so they used to fill it with water and other fillers, and once the water and the other fillers expanded, it exploded the sausage. So I was reading. So now that will be distributed a lot better mix when I do it finally. So we'll put that to one side, and there we are. That can now go in the freezer again just for 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll put it in sausages. How about that then? So that's enough seasoning in for me. I appreciate not everybody will agree with that, and that's fine. You do your thing, I'll do mine. It all comes down to taste, and I don't like strong herb tastes and spice tastes, and that's just me. But I'm not knocking it. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. I accept that. That's good. No problemo. Now, I've got to try and turn this off without mucking my screen up. I'll bring you back when I get to the next step. Okay, back again. This is the 4.5mm plate I'm going to put in now. So that come the day before I went away to Queensland, that. So I've not had a chance to check it out. I've washed it and cleaned it and oiled it. I used orange oil, which they use for food safe stuff. Right, we're all ready now, and we'll bring you back when in about 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, folks, getting ready now for the second grind. It's nice and cool, this. We also, I've had this in the freezer, so next time I've got to leave it in the fridge for an hour or two, just to let the spices and herbs get to work. See, I don't dislike these herbs and spices, I just don't like them too strong. That's just me. A lot of people seem to like very strong flavoured stuff, but I don't. Even salt. If I taste salt in food, it's too salty for me. But I'm not stupid enough to think that we can't put salt in stuff to enhance the food. That's what salt's supposed to do. You're not supposed to really taste it. Not in my book, anyway. And that's only my opinion too, you know, guys. We all have our own opinions, I suppose. That's mine. Whether it be right or wrong, it'd be right for some, it'd be wrong for some. So, here we go. Now, after these, on the weekend, I'm going to get some meat, more meat. I'm going to get some beef. And I'm going to do some pork. I'm going to do some pork, apple, and leek with some spring onions in. And then I'm going to do some beef, just plain beef at this point in time. But I might put a bit of paprika in that. You can put paprika in this. In fact, to be honest with you, I think you can put any herbs and spices in that you like. I don't think there's a written rule about that, but they just give you a guide on some shows that might help you decide exactly what kind of herbs and spices you want to put in. So if I do pineapple, which will be quite a bit down the road, I've got to get used to doing this. I'll use dried pineapple because I saw a guy do it with fresh pineapple and tin pineapple, and it got pretty sloppy and it all oozed out, and it didn't look very good. It was a pretty big failure. So we'll have to do some research on that. Okay, here we go. This is just the 4.5 small, 4.5mm small grinding blade. Look at that, it's mixed it really well, it's mixed it better than I had it. So I'm going to make some room in the, oh, I can take it in the fridge downstairs, there's plenty of room down there. But I'd rather have it up here, see if we can get it up here, if not I'll take it downstairs. Have a go at that, guys. It's the same old thing. The old saying is, a good tradesman should never blame his tools. In a way that's true, but you have to have the right tools in the first place. And if you haven't, it makes life a lot harder. Believe me. I've been both sides of the fence. I reckon Carl's husband, Carl, Tracy's husband, would be testament to that. Your job is only as good as your tools, to be honest. I think the blaming your tools is an old-fashioned way of thinking, especially in today and age when you can get a tool for just about everything. And why not? Make life easy on yourself. Who the hell said it had to be hard? That was my argument with Malcolm Fraser, the Prime Minister of Australia at one time in the early 80s. He said life wasn't meant to be easy. My argument was, well, who the hell said it was meant to be hard? Life is as easy as you want to make it. That's where I sort of lie. You want an easy life? Make it an easy life. Think of it. I had a boss once, Fred Flockton, one of the best bosses they ever had. And he said, if you can get your work done, I was on the road, I was a troubleshooter for Revlon. I had to, any chemists had problems and threatened they were going to leave and not buy the product again, I had to go and sort them out. Nicely. And I saved them, apparently, when I left, he said, you saved us millions of dollars by saving our client. So, he said to me, very early on when I first started working there, he said, Dennis, these are the jobs you've got. If you do the jobs and you do them quicker, which I doubt, he said, because nobody's been able to do that up to now. They've always had to leave some for the next day. But if you do them any quicker, go and have a cup of coffee. Go and have a sit down and go to the park or something. He said, as long as the job gets done, and it gets done, properly, you won't have a problem here. And that's what I used to do. And that stuck with me all my working life. Get the job done, and then he said, your time's your own. So, make life as easy as you can for yourself. That's what I reckon. Well, that's the grinding done, guys. That's good. Goodski Ludski, as my friend Graham would once say. Don't like the look of that. It's got... I get a bit fussy sometimes. I don't put any junk in there. I've got to eat it. Now, it's going to be an hour or two before I can get back and have a go at the sausage machine. That'll be interesting. Get yourself some popcorn and a cold beer and we'll all have a good laugh. I will. I'll tell you what, from what I've seen, it's not an easy job. Somebody this morning, when I watched the video this morning of somebody making some sausages, he said it's a bit like tapping your head and rubbing your belly at the same time. So we shall see. Get rid of that, get rid of that. We'll try and get some of this out of here. No, I won't, because I've not used that before. There might be stuff in there. I'll throw that bit away this time. All right. How good's that? I'll make a couple of sausages. I'm going to use 2 different brands of casings, so I'll show you them when I get round to it, but I want to see which ones are the best. So I'll do a couple with a brand that I'm not so sure of, so, and then I'll do the rest with a brand that I know is fairly good, and I'll see what I'll see if there's any difference in quality before I do a lot with the other brand, with the first brand. So I'll do them first. Right then, that's Dunsky Lunsky. Get these gloves off, Dennis. There you go. Now, got to wash that, put it away. By the time I've done that, it'd be time to do these sausages, I think. So, stick around, folks. The fun has yet to start. It sure has. All right, catch you in a bit. Okay, folks, time to fill the sausage maker, which they actually call a sausage stuffer. Well, I'll probably stuff it up, no doubt about that. I'm going to lubricate inside with some rice bran oil so it don't stick, and around the plunger. Won't hurt. Now, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'll try not to get my hands in the way. That's got to go in there like that. Oop. You've got to press it down the bottom, try and keep most of the air out with your fist. I'm wearing gloves because I think I've got a couple of friends who might want to try these, so if it was just me, I'd just use my bare hands. But because I've got people who might want to have a bit of a go, they won't want to see me with my bare hands in there, so I'm using gloves. Well, that's so far so good. Now, I'm a bit messy again, but don't just realise I've never done this before. Right. I'll bring you back now to there. Now, you've got to soak these skin. Now I'm not too sure of. I'm gonna try these. If they're any good, I'll finish them off, but if they're not, I'll toss them. I don't know, for some reason or other I'm not too sure about them. I've got some more in a different brand in there. Now, gotta tie a knot. in there. Oh, I've busted it. Right, like I say, I'm not too sure about these. I might not be able to use them. No, they're just tearing. I'm getting rid of them, so I'll have to get the others out and get them ready, because you've got to soak them for a little bit. I'll bring you back in a bit. Okay, we've got the cases on. Let's see how we go. Got to let the air out. Here we go. Just got to use gentle pressure so you don't put too much in so it doesn't burst. I'm just doing a small bit at the moment. Then we put a knot in it. Well, I can't get a knot in that at the moment, so what we'll have to do is just twist it. Now, I'm going to do them about that long, so you squeeze there and you twist. And you tweeze there. I've probably got these too thick, but then again, we'll see. Well, there you go, folks. My first sausage. What do you reckon? They've got to dry now, and they've got to go in the fridge. And they've got to dry off in the fridge. So and then we have to put them in boiling water to firm up, and then we have to let them firm up again overnight, and then we have to cook them. But I won't cook them all. I'll right, now lubricate that, and we'll put some more on. That was just so I didn't waste anything, so I'll try and get a few more sausages out this time. It's a bit fiddly getting them on. There we go. You've got to thread it on like that. So I'm sure I've got a fair bit to do here. Sure you don't want to see all that, so I'll bring you back in a bit. Okay, here we go again. Let's see if we can get it a bit closer for you. Oh, too hard. There we go. That should do. Right. This is coming better now. Now I'm getting used to it. I'll use a clamp next time, clamp it down. Well, that's turned out easier than I thought it would. Going off some of the videos, they all said how hard it was. I didn't find it particularly hard. You just got to put enough pressure on. I mean, I haven't cooked them yet. You can sous vide them too, I found out. And a lot of sausage makers, they actually cook them off to see if it's seasoned the way they like it. But I'm not that fussy, as you all know. I'm not that fussy with too much seasoning, so there'll be ample enough in there for me. Well, that's it. That's all it is. That's how many sausages I've made. So, I think let's have a look. Yeah, it's all gone. There's a little bit there in the bottom, in here, that I'll get out and I'll cook that off after, just to have a taste of it. Now, I've got to put a canot in there. And I've got to put a canot in there. Canot. Right. Now what they do don't want to burst them, but I won't be the first to do that, I can tell you. I don't want to twist them too much, otherwise I might burst them and they get too tight, so I don't want that to happen. I keep forgetting, you've got to twist one way and then twist the other way. You twist that way away from you, and then you twist this one away. Ah, bust it. Well, not to worry. We'll leave that there like that. See, they were getting too tight. I overstuffed them. So not to worry. I've seen them all do it, even professionals. Chud's barbecuing the other day, he did it. He did it worse than me. And I'll leave a long one. And that I'll make into hamburger patties when I take that out. So there we go. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 15 out of that, out of 2 kilos. So that's not too bad. Now I've got to put these on a rack, and we'll see what happens. I'll see if I can put a bit more of this stuff, stuff on, and we'll, if not, I'll make patties out of it. So I'm going to put that over there. And just tidy the ends up where I tied the knot. So I'll bring you back next time which will probably be tomorrow after I come back from shopping. We'll put them in a pan of boiling water, which they tell you to do, or the sous vide, or you can put them in the smoker and cold smoke them But if you put cold smoke them, you have to put a chemical in. I'm not doing that, so I don't want to do that. So I'll bring you back sometime tomorrow. Okay, folks. We've got to cook these till they turn grey. And then we put them in an ice bath to stop them cooking. But I have made a few mistakes. I have to pay more attention to the size of them, get them all the right size, and I have to, as far as I know, I have to soak the skins, the casings, a bit longer than I did. So I've got a couple of things to correct, but that's okay. You've got to understand and give me a break that it's my first time. But I think for my first effort, I don't think that's too bad. These are what they look like when they're done. Now, and then I've got to cook these. Now these have got to stay in the fridge overnight so the skins harden up. But and that's when you, apparently that's how you get the snap. And you don't cook them, that first batch, I've done the first batch, but I think I cooked them a bit too quick. So I've turned the heat down now, and why we do this, apparently, it makes sure that the inside is cooked, but when you fry them, you don't cook the outside and the inside is raw. So that's why we do that. I got some of them at a reasonable size, but there's a couple there that unfortunately at least two of them was when I blew it out, and I blew the casing while I was doing it, while I was making the extraction it. So, you know, you learn by your mistakes. There we go. We're getting there. Just got to make sure that they cook through. And now tomorrow I'll fry a couple off. I'll fry a couple of the little ones off, and I might fry that big one off there too. We might have them for tea tomorrow night, so I'll have to see. When I'm out shopping, I might get some bread rolls. I'm not going to have time to make Sergeant Fury toast come up with a great idea. He said do some mash and some gravy. He said that's lush, and he's dead right. That would be the ideal thing, onion gravy. Wow, you know. But I'm not going to have time to do that by the time I get home. And I'll tell you what, I'm still exhausted after that trip yesterday. My back up to my neck is aching. My buttocks are aching. We're sitting down for 11.5 hours. and my thighs a little bit, not so much so the thighs, but they are, I can feel a little bit there. It feels like I've run a marathon. So I won't be doing anything too strenuous tomorrow, apart from a bit of shopping. We'll see how things go. And I've got some pork left over, so I'm going to make a couple of burgers with them over the weekend and see how they turn out. That was a bit of the filling that was left inside the machine that you can't pump out. They're all the same. All the machines are like that. They all complain about it too, because it's a fair bit. But I didn't want to make too many either, because we don't eat a lot of sausage. But I think it'd be fair to say we'll be eating a bit of sausage now I'm doing this for a while. Right, I'll get the ice. You got to stop the cooking, see, apparently. Better get the ice maker going, I think. It's outside. So we shall do that tomorrow. A little baby one there. I'd say they've turned grey, wouldn't you guys? How grey do they want them? As grey as you can get them, I suppose. Oh well. Didn't really want to do this tonight, but someone's got to do it. I gave the dog a little bit and he loved it. He didn't come up for air. Rightio, I'm going to call that now. Put that in the ice water. Ow! That was bloody hot. I wonder why. Ouch, 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 ouch. That's it. Just leave them in there for a few minutes and I'll bring you back. Okay, here we go. Let's get this done. Put them on there. There we go, folks. They'll go in the fridge I'll just dry them off a bit, and they'll go in the fridge till tomorrow, or till I come home from shopping, and then we'll see what happens. So, got to do a bit of cleaning up now. And hope that them skins harden and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, there we go, folks. These are the sausages, as my granddaughter used to call them, sausages, for tonight's tea. And I managed to get, which on the internet said you can't get them in Australia, these split buns, split top brioche hot dog rolls that you get in America. I've been trying to find them. I had them once before, but I couldn't remember where I got them from. So I ended up getting them from Coles, because they have a hinge on them that doesn't break. If you cut through them, the ordinary ones, like I've been doing, sometimes they snap and come apart, and you've just got a top and a bottom, and it doesn't hold your hot dog or your onions in properly. They all fall out. So this is ideal. So we'll see how we go tonight, and I'm going to do some onion and the sausages, and that's it. Because I might put a spring onion in it, you know, as well. I've got some nice fresh spring onions today. So they're looking pretty Mickey Duck, as I say. And I'm just a bit sorry I can't have the time to make any gravy. I would have liked to have done some mashed potatoes and gravy, like my old mate Sergeant Fury Toes suggested, and I thought that was a damn good idea. But that's another day. I've got plenty of sausage there. I've got 3 more meals. So I bought some beef today. I've just got to go out tomorrow and get some back fat and some potatoes. Pissy little ones. After seeing them in Queensland, it's disgraceful. I looked at loads of bags of potatoes in different places, and they're all tiny little bloody. They're as big as conkers. Unbelievable. I don't know why they're getting away with it. They want you to go and spend $4 to $5 a kilo on loose potatoes that are fine, but they won't put them in bags for you, you know. So they can go and shove it up their backsides, to put it mildly. I'm disgusted with them. Alright, I'll bring you back when I start cooking. It's a little bit early yet, so I've just been tidying up. Oh, I'm still sore from my trip away, coming back. Sitting in the car for 11 and a half hours. My back's aching, my neck's aching, my legs are aching. Well, not my legs are aching, my tops of my legs is aching, and my buttocks. Oh, and I've done a lot of walking today to get my stuff. I let everything run down to go away. Now I've had to replace everything, and that was a heck of a job. I just hope I've got everything. I got everything except my potatoes. I'm going somewhere different tomorrow, see if I can get some decent spuds. I might have to go back to bloody Queensland and get some. It's disgraceful. New South Wales, supposed to be the best state of all, and you can't get a decent bag of potatoes. I'm whinging again. Shut up, Dennis. I've got every right to whinge. I've been here long enough. So I'll catch you in a bit when I start cooking. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, folks, the time has come. I'm ready to cook the onions. I'll put the cooker on, and then I'm going to cook my sausages that I made yesterday and finished off late last night. So we'll see how we go. I'm cooking the stuff in lard. Right then. Oh. I'm going to have to move you. There we go. Because I've got to go in my drawer to get me spoons and things. I'm just going to cook them on a slow heat. Oh, nearly knocked the pan off the cooker then. There we go. Yeah, I made a few things I've got to make sure I get right next time. I've got to make sure I soak the casings a lot longer than I did, and I've got to try. I did have a blowout, as you will see in the video, and that stuffed a few of the sausages up size-wise, so I've got to take more care with that. And little things like that. That's the actual sausage meat that I made is absolutely lovely. And I'll go to 6 with that, or 7 with the onions. Right-o. Once they start cooking, I'll bring you back. Okay folks, that's that. I'm going to start assembling them now for my son, and then I'll do mine. We'll put a bit of onion on the bun. Put a dog on. Well, it's not a hot dog, it's a sausage. There we go. There we go. Put the onion on first, Bennett. Come on, son, get your act together. Right, folks. Any criticisms about what I've done is fine, but please take into account that I've never done this before, and it's a massive learning curve. It really is. It's actually harder than it looks, believe it or not. But I'm quite happy with what I've done. So I'm going to put some cheese on there now, and I'll bring you back for a taste test. Well folks, that's it. That's me sausages. Few mistakes, but go easy on the criticisms for me, because I've never done it before. It's trial and error. But I have learnt a lot, and I will do a better job next time. I'm pretty sure I will. But it won't be for the one they're trying. I'll definitely give it a go. But I'm not really happy with the casings. They're alright, but I've got 3 other casings, different casings coming. I've got some hog casings, I've got some sheep casings, and I've got some hot dog casings coming. So it'll be interesting to try. I want to try the sheep casing. Everybody seems to be using them. Most. These are the collagen ones, and they are edible, and they are safe to eat. I went into that before I bought them. But you have to. They say the best way to soak them is overnight, but at least a minimum of an hour and a half. Sheep casings you can get away with 45 minutes to an hour, but even sometimes they say they should be done overnight, and I've got to prepare them a little bit better than I did this time. But I wasn't aware of what to do. It was trial and error, and it was only when things started to go a bit awry that I sort of so I better check this out, see what the problem is. You know, some of the ends here didn't seal properly because the casings weren't soft enough, and I soon learnt that one. Then my little dog, he's just had some, and he's there. Go on, get away. I know you want more, but there is no more. Alright, then I hope you enjoy the video. If you enjoy the video, please don't hesitate to ask questions, give me some advice of what you think I did wrong, if I did anything wrong. I didn't do a lot wrong, to be honest. They stayed the shape. There were silly little things that I didn't know about that went wrong. So I'm ecstatic of my first attempt. I didn't expect it to be as good as this in my wild. I'm so happy about it. But that's not a bad sausage sandwich. I don't know what it tastes like. I haven't tasted it yet. So I'll tell you if it's no good. I'll tell you that. Well, it looks like a sausage. I've got to clean the floor now. Again. So what do you think of that? Tastes like a sausage, and it's not overpowering with herbs and spices. I know, guys, I know you would contradict that. You like the herbs and spices. You like the mustard and the tomato sauce and all that. I don't. But it's so nice. It's got the sausage snap with the casing. The sausage meat is beautiful. I got that right. So, it'll be interesting to see what my son thinks of them, because he likes sausage more than I do. Well, I'll tell you what, I can eat them again. They taste like pork, sausage. Should taste to me. And even though I put some herbs and spices in, I only put half what was recommended. And I think now I did the right thing, because if I'd have put the whole amount in, it would have been too strong for me, you know. And I can't help that, that's the way I am. Each to his own, eh guys, you know. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. It is my first time. But that machine is brilliant. Excuse me talking in the metal. Sorry, Dad. What's that for? We hated that. So did my mum. I got one both sides. Whack, whack. I didn't do it at home. But I only do it now because your dinner gets cold. I hate eating cold food. If I eat my dinner, I want it hot. So, it takes a long time to make a video, as most of you will know. So, you can't muck about. I've got to clean the floor, damn it. I'll do that after I've eaten. Alright guys, give us a like. Hope you enjoy the video. Share it with all your mates, friends, family, whoever. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know what your favourite sausage is. Sheep unit, let me know what his was. I'll give you a clue. Square and it's sausage. Square sausage and it's Scottish. So we'll look into that when I get a bit more proficient with what I do. I know they don't have sausage skins on them, so I won't need the sausage maker for that. But I'll be using my new toy first. And I'm so sorry, Tracy, for being a bad influence. Honest. You know I'm only fooling. Alright mate, I'm going to eat this now while it's still hot. Well, it's still hot. And I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-ra! Ta-ra for now. Just an extra footnote here. I just thought I'd let you know my son thought the sausages were great. Neither of us liked the buns much. They did nothing for us. But the sausages were fantastic. And even he said, they haven't got that funny aftertaste with them. Exactly. It were perfect for me. I could get to like them, I think. But I've definitely got to get the casings right, the skins, soaking them. That will make a big difference. He didn't like the snap. I didn't mind it. But he didn't like the big snap in them, bit them and he had a snap. A lot of people like that, especially in America. My American friends love the snapping of sausage. But my son didn't like the snap. But that's the casings that do that. And to get the snap, you have to boil them first, which I did. Then you have to put them in cold water, and it does something to the casings. Then you put them in the fridge overnight till you need them. And that's what I did. So I just thought I'd leave you with that. I'm quite happy that I was a bit worried whether he'd like them or not. And they were very good. I must admit, I was very surprised for my first time. I've got to pat myself on the back. Get out of here, Dennis. Ta-ra!